Hi, I want to bring to you an update on a new budget bill that has been signed into law by the president on December 20th, 2019. A few days here into the actual new law and presenting this information to you. With the holidays, we're a little bit delayed. I want to get this out to you. There's a few things that may be of interest or may apply to you. If you need further information, be sure to reach out to us, and obviously the IRS will be issuing and the government will issue some new updates and some details on this as we go forward. But here's some simple bullet points of what we're looking at and what may affect you. In 2020, you may continue making IRA contributions regardless of your age. Now, before it was 70 and a half. So once you reach 70 and a half, you can no longer make IRA contributions. That has been repealed, and you can continue to make contributions as long as you have earned income, which would be wages or other self-employment income. Also, beginning in 2020, the mandatory age to begin taking mandatory distributions from your IRA has been increased to age 72 from the old age of 70 and a half. There's also some changes in inherited IRAs, or when you have to take distributions, whether it be over your lifetime or whether you take those over the next 10 years of death. So a few changes there when you inherit an IRA from someone who passed away in 2020. Other than a spouse or some other exceptions in there. So if you inherit an IRA, be aware there might be some changes for you in 2020 and beyond. Moving along, a few other things. You may also withdraw from a retirement plan without penalty. Doesn't say without tax. It's without penalty for an early distribution of up to $5,000 for the birth or legal adoption of a child. Make sure you read the detailed rules on that to make sure that you qualify. I think there are a few little exceptions in there that may apply, but make sure you follow those rules, or it may be worth looking into if you have a birth or an adoption and you need some additional funds to withdraw from IRA to help pay for that. Does not avoid the tax, but it does help avoid the early distribution 10% penalty. There are some changes with college and children related to 529 plans. Over the lifetime, you may be able to draw up to $10,000 to help repay student loans now without tax or penalty, and those will be treated as a qualified education expense as far as the distribution from the 529 account. Let's see. There are some changes with what was called the kiddie tax, and that has been retroactively taxed at the parents' tax rates now instead of the potentially higher trust tax rates. We had an issue with that. We ran into that in the 2018 tax returns. So I'm glad to see there are some clarifications, some additional guidance, and some changes there. The tuition and fees deduction has been restored from 2018 through 20. We've already taken the educational credit. Now, remember, you can't take both. We were taking the tuition and fees deduction or the educational tax credit. The tuition and fees deduction had been repealed, and now it looks like it's been retroactively restored. So we'll have to go back and assess some of those that we claimed the credit on to see if maybe the deduction was better for them in that 2018 year. And we'll certainly have to make a consideration of which one of those to claim on the 2019 and 2020 tax returns now. The deduction for mortgage insurance premiums has been restored. So if you are itemizing deductions, you're already claiming mortgage interest, the mortgage insurance premium had been repealed for 2018. That has been restored. So if that is of benefit to you, make sure you take a look at that and claim that. With the higher itemized deduction threshold now, many people are claiming a standard deduction as opposed to itemized. But if the mortgage insurance premium is there and it helps you, by all means, you're able to claim that as a deduction now. Medical expenses has been restored to a lower threshold. I believe that is back down to 7.5% rather than the 10% of your adjusted gross income. There's a credit for installing electric car chargers at your house. So if you bought a Tesla or you bought some other electric cars and you install an electric car charger, I believe that's a credit that's available now. I have to go back and look. That might be a business credit only. Not sure it applies to individuals. We'll have to go back and take a look at that. I've only had a couple of instances of that that I've looked into over the years. But if you install an electric car charger, it's worth taking a look at to see if that may apply to you. And this is not really a tax issue, IRS related issue that I need to deal with, but there is a new rule about an age of when you're able to buy um, e-cigarette or smoking products. And so that's been increased to age 21. I know that's a big issue for some people. But anyway, it's out there as part of that budget bill. I'll provide a download of this PDF for you. It'll be at the link of the video down at the bottom of the video. If we can help you with any of this or you have any further questions, be sure to reach out to us. Thanks a lot. Take care.